Okay, let's do a few where there's only one side given to us. So we, in order to do this, first off, I like to find the missing angle. So the measure of angle N we find by just doing 90 minus the 52, so the angle that we already got. So 90 minus 52 is 38 degrees. So we've got that part. I'm going to call this little L over here. Well, you know, I could call that little L, but I'm just going to call this X and Y. I'm going to mark these as whatever I want and then solve those. Okay, so we get the chance to now find a side length. So we're going to use our SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. We got to figure out which one's going to be the best option. So we've got 52 degrees right here, and we've got a hypotenuse of 3. Now it really just depends on which side you're looking for first. So let's pretend we're looking for X. So let's find X first. X is the adjacent side. So that means since we already have the hypotenuse and we're looking for the adjacent side, we're going to use cosine. So cosine of 52 equals our adjacent side, so X over the hypotenuse 3. So if you recall when we did this a little bit ago, if the variable's on top, just multiply both sides by the bottom number. So X is going to be 3 cosine of 52, and you're going to go ahead and type that in. So 3 times cosine of 52. So I get approximately 1.85. Okay, at this point, 2 options. Actually more than 2, but one option is I could find y by using Pythagorean theorem, since I now know that this side right here is 1.85 approximately. So I could go ahead and use Pythagorean theorem to find y. Or you could use SOHCAHTOA math to find y. I'm just going to go ahead and use SOHCAHTOA to practice. So I'm finding y, so then I'm going to do sine of 52. Since we already have the hypotenuse and y is the opposite side. So that's why I'm using sine. So we have y over 3. And then I'll do the same thing where I multiply both sides by 3. So y is going to be 3 times sine of 52, and you'll type that in. And you end up with approximately 2.36. And there you go. Let's do one more. I'm going to put all my answers right here. I'm going to say this side's X, this side's Y, since it's across from the X and across from the Y. Now let's find the measure of angle Y first, because angles are always easier if we have 2 angles. So remember, measure of angle Y, you just subtract the 29 from 90 and you get 61 degrees. So we're done there. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just look at these over here just to remind myself which one I want to use, because we have to use one of them. Right now we have, from 29 degrees, we have the opposite side. And let's pick which side we want to find first. Let's do X. X is the hypotenuse. Okay, so opposite and hypotenuse would be sine. So I'm going to do sine of 29 equals our opposite, so 18 over the hypotenuse. Now, if you remember, if the variable's on the bottom, that's where I have you just swap those two. So X is equal to 18 over sine of 29. And then you'll type that into your calculator. You get 37.13. So X equals 37.13. Okay, once again, you can choose to use Pythagorean theorem or SOHCAHTOA, it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and do SOHCAHTOA again. This time we've got the opposite and we're looking for the adjacent. So opposite and adjacent would be this. So I have tangent of 29, because I use the same angle. Although you could use the 61 degrees if you wanted, but I'm going to use this one. So tangent of 29 is equal to the opposite, so 18, over the adjacent, so y. The variable's on the bottom, so I'm going to swap them. So y is equal to 18 over, tangent of 29. Made that kind of look weird. I'll type that in, and I get 32.47. There you go.